Well, it's me again. So I just thought I wanted to make a few comments on a few things that are happening now, and make a few I'll say predictions or thoughts on what's going on. I saw an amazing headline, or on YouTube, and I think it's other places as well, about somebody is buying up lots of Bitcoin, heading into Bitcoin big time. I'd say that is an extremely foolish move to make. I understand what they're trying to do, or trying to avoid some kind of crash of the dollar or something of that nature, but they're really asking for trouble. And the reason I say so is because there are so many signs now that the United States and China will go to war. They hate that term war. They say clash. Well, it'll build up from that. And when they do, the internet will be turned off by the United States. So there'll be no bitcoins, no cyber currency of any kind, immediately no trade between Australia and China. We'll be told we are allies with the United States, and that doesn't mean we're going to go to war with them, by the way. But for those people that have never heard of it, there's the ANZUS Treaty. That's Australia, New Zealand and US. It was signed in 1951, and it means that any of the three countries that are attacked, the others can come to their aid. Now, that was invoked by former Prime Minister John Howard when he was in Washington exactly on 9/11. By the way, he made the news, I guess, in the United States as, well, I'm going to invoke the ANZUS Treaty. America's been attacked, and then of course Australia followed America into Afghanistan and Iraq and all the rest of it. But now with this thing that's building up with China, and the COVID-19 is only just the beginning of it, really, and the stories coming out about the virus being made in a laboratory and escaping and so on. And, well, some people poo-hoo that, but others say no, they stand by it. Irrespective of that, the world economy is in trouble, and in Australia we could be heading for 10% unemployment as a minimum, which is as bad as what it was in the financial crisis of 2007 and 8, and also 1991 recession. Now, there are predictions of even worse to come, which would be up to 25% unemployment, which is equivalent to the Great Depression of the 1930s. Now, irrespective of which of those two scenarios comes true, if Australia is brought into this, any Australians viewing this, they think, oh, well, first of all, you're exaggerating, you don't know what you're talking about, oh, nothing like that will ever happen. They need to think it through, because if it does happen, I might have mentioned this in the past, but I'm going to state it again. Keep away from Bitcoin and that sort of thing for a start. I'd be selling that out quietly if I were you. I haven't got any, by the way. That's one thing. But prepare for fuel shortages, rationing, in other words. Australia to be told straight away not to send anything, iron ore or gas or coal or any other products to China from day one, whenever that war begins, and that could be in a few weeks or a few months, or I can't see it dragging on for more than a year or two for sure. And straight away all the Chinese goods will stop coming here. So I would say that's only a part of the picture, let's say. I think really we're looking at stores like Kmart and Target and those type of places closing down very, very quickly. And when the fuel is rationed, it'll go to police, fire, ambulance, food delivery trucks, army and the like. We're storing 3 months worth of fuel in America, so whether we could get it out here in time or at all, I'll put it to you that way, is very debatable. A lot of people would agree with that. They'd say that that's mad. If there's a war between those countries, I would say that China, well, first of all, China will say to Australia quite publicly, oh, Australia's not our enemy. No, but we're at war with the United States, and we reserve the right to attack their assets wherever they are in the world. And that means Pine Gap, the base south of Alice Springs, and it means Northwest Cape and a whole series of other places that could be attacked. And if the US has got a ship sitting in Sydney, you can expect that to be sunk. And if they've got planes laying out on the tarmac there at Tyndall Air Base in the Northern Territory, for example, expect them to be attacked. So we will be in utter uproar if those sorts of things occur. Now, as for COVID-19, it's not over by a long way. And a lot of businesses and things that we're so used to will take months or years to resume. And the unemployment will be extreme, in my opinion. So I'm just issuing what you could call a bit of a warning on some of this, and don't think that we're going to get away with all of this, because we're not. I do hope and pray, mind you, that we're going to have our travel restrictions removed fairly soon, because I've got a major trip booked in October, which should be okay. But you just don't know where things are heading from here. So anyway, just welcome any thoughts on that. Any polite and civil comments are very welcome, or questions or whatever, and debate and discussion with me over these issues. Very much welcome, but no abuse, please. So thank you for viewing.